Ian Garry and Shavkat Rakhmonov is an intriguing clash of styles in the UFC welterweight division. Both fighters are highly skilled and undefeated, making this a fascinating bout to analyze. They are former training partners and have some history with each other. One of them dropped the other during sparring. In this video, we're going to break down this fight and talk about who I think is going to win and how I think the fight will play out. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Now let's get into it. Ian Garry is 15-0 in the UFC. He's a great fighter and he's a good striker. Ian Garry is a polished striker with excellent precision, movement, and timing. He utilizes a traditional kickboxing style, keeping at range at all times, mixing his punches and kicks effectively while maintaining range. His ability to manage distance and counter-strike makes him dangerous against aggressive opponents like Rakhmonov. Rakhmonov is a great grappler and striker, but he is very aggressive, so this is a big strength for Ian Garry. Ian Garry's biggest weakness, though, is his grappling. While improving, he has yet to be tested against any elite wrestler or submission specialist like Rakhmonov. His tendency to rely heavily on striking could leave him vulnerable to takedowns. Shavkat Rakhmonov, 18-0 in the UFC, is a well-rounded fighter with elite grappling, dangerous submissions, and powerful striking. He excels in clinch situations, and he just improvises on the ground. He is so good at finding and catching people in certain spots to submit them. He's 18-0 with 18 finishes. He hasn't ever been to a decision. He's a great fighter. His durability and pressure allows him to dictate the pace of the fight. However, the biggest weakness for Rakhmonov could be his risk in exchanges, which could be costly against a precise striker like Garry. Although I don't think Ian Garry has the power to finish Rakhmonov, he does have the power to at least make Rakhmonov step back. While he's shown solid defense, staying on the feet against a specialist striker could expose him. But we saw Shavkat and Jeff Neal fight, and Rakhmonov was just eating every punch that Jeff Neal was throwing. On the feet, Garry's striking could shine early, especially if he uses his reach and movement to frustrate Rakhmonov. However, Rakhmonov's ability to close the distance and land powerful strikes of his own could turn the tide. Rakhmonov would likely aim to exploit Garry's potential weakness in grappling. If he can get Garry to the mat, his ground control and submission skills could overwhelm Ian Garry. Both fighters have shown good cardio, but the high-pressure grappling exchanges Rakhmonov often initiates could wear Garry down over time. What I think is going to happen is I think Shavkat Rakhmonov will submit Ian Garry either in the second or third round. Rakhmonov's ability to mix striking and grappling could overwhelm Garry. Once the fight goes to the ground, Rakhmonov's submission game would likely be too much for Garry to handle, and we saw this when Ian Garry fought MVP. Yes, Ian Garry took the back of MVP, but he didn't really do much, and he couldn't really find any submission when he was on the back of MVP, and that's a little worrisome when you're fighting someone like Shavkat. If the fight stays primarily on the feet, Garry has a strong chance to outpoint or even finish Rakhmonov with his striking, but I think it's very unlikely. Rakhmonov's grappling prowess and ability to adapt makes him a favorite in most scenarios. A likely outcome would see Rakhmonov securing a submission or ground and pound finish in the later rounds. Ultimately, this matchup would test Garry's grappling and Rakhmonov's ability to handle elite striking, a classic striker versus grappler chess match. Both fighters are extremely versatile and still evolving. This fight might come down to who can impose their game plan better, Garry's striking and movement or Rakhmonov's grappling and pressure. Given Rakhmonov's undefeated record and proven ability to finish fights anywhere, he might enter as the favorite to win, which he is. However, Garry's striking skills and confidence makes him a very live underdog. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next video.